So today we're talking about the difference between your calling, your purpose, and your career, understanding your life's work and purpose through the lens of the gene keys. And we're going to give you a simple exercise you can do to know if you're heading in the right direction. Over to you, Lucy, my co-host.
Thank you. Hey, Morgan. Hi, everybody. So when we're searching for guidance on our life direction, what we're here to do, what we're here to be, etc., oftentimes the words career, purpose, and calling are used interchangeably, as if they're the same. But here's the thing, they're actually very, very different. And here I want to give credit to the author Elizabeth Gilbert. She has written a number of different books, some of which are Big Magic and, of course, Eat, Pray, Love. And she was actually the first person who really brought awareness to the difference between these three terms for me. So a career is your relationship between you and the world. A career is something that you build over time, and you build it with energy, with passion, and with a lot of commitment. Now, a career is a choice. There is absolutely nothing wrong with going through your entire life, having jobs, enjoying your hobbies, and pursuing your calling, but never having a career. Now, your calling can be anything that brings you to life and that makes you feel like your soul is animated. Your calling is hinted at through your talents and your tastes. It's hinted at through what you're passionate about and what you're curious about. So while your career is a relationship between you and the world, your calling is about the relationship between you and God, or the universe, creator, whichever term resonates most with you. You can get fired from your career, but you cannot ever get fired from your calling. Now, your purpose is the quality of being that you bring to everything that you do. So purpose is such a buzzword out there. I'm sure that you've seen many, many articles and videos and read all sorts of books around purpose. Your purpose is your presence. So whether you're standing in the queue at the grocery store, you're catching the bus, or you're sitting in a park reading a book, you are living your purpose. So here I want to mention a body of work that we love and we use in our own lives, and that we also use here in the Replenishing Life Project. That body of work is called the Gene Keys. So we're going to be referencing the gene keys in a much deeper way in our upcoming class. But the gene keys refers to purpose as the essence of your humanity in its most natural, loving state. Okay, so Morgan, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the gene keys?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So to find a much needed clarity and calm in your life, it's good to know where your heart is leading you and how you're being called to be of service. So the Gene Keys is a system developed by Richard Rudd, and it is kind of like I feel like it's like a companion to to human design, and so many insights in there in both systems, and they pair very beautifully together, in my opinion. So the Gene Keys has a process called the Golden Path, and the Golden Path is a great way to find answers, to bring clarity around questions around your life's work and purpose. So today we're going to focus on the first gene key at the top of your profile, called your life's work. That's the sphere of your life's work. So your life's work is where your deeper purpose meets the outside world. This represents what you are here to do in your life, your career or job, whatever you want to call it, or daily role. This gene key can give you a good idea of what kind of work you may be best suited for. So your life's work shows you the quality of your being that you bring into everything you do. So just a side note, there are 3 levels of frequency to every gene key. So I'm going to go through that. So each level requires contemplation and inner reflection, the space for you to go inward and connect with the frequency of that particular gene key. So the 3 levels of frequency are the shadow, the gift, and the city. So the shadow frequency relates to all human suffering. That is where suffering comes from. The shadow frequency is also linked to like base instincts like survival and fear. The shadow of your life's work will show you a challenge that you will meet over and over again in your life until you have fully accepted it. So yeah, when you look at the shadow, it's pretty intense. When you look at the shadow, you will see the pattern in your life that prevents you from finding the kind of role that perfectly suits you. So in each gene key, you have the shadow and the city, which is considered the higher state. And the way you get there is through the gift. So the gift frequency relates to your genius and open-heartedness. The gift frequency is a process of gradual revelation as your true higher nature, the city, will be unveiled. So the transformation from the shadow to the gift frequency does take time. There's a lot of contemplation that I feel is required in order to get to the gift. So the transformation from the shadow to the gift takes time, and every time you recognize a negative pattern and you embrace it, that is when you're going to unlock the gift. So now we'll go to the city. So the city represents the divine essence of your work in the world. It is truly what you are here to do. So the word city, if you're not familiar with it, comes from the Sanskrit word meaning divine gift. So beautiful. So the city can sometimes feel out of reach or very far from your day-to-day life. But the citic state only comes about when all aspects of the shadow have been transformed into light. So if you hold the city or the essence of the city in your heart, as you go through the gene keys and continue through exploring your profile, the essence will naturally reveal itself. So remember, these are aspects that can be contemplated over time. And the more you contemplate, the more truth is revealed. And even Lucy and I know from personal experience that we've read, and explored and contemplated our gene keys. And every time we read it, there is something new that reveals itself. So
yeah,
it's quite an experience. So Lucy is going to give us a simple exercise to help you to know if you're heading in the right direction. So something that you can do in alongside the contemplation of your life's work in the gene keys.
awesome. Amazing. Thank you so much, Morgan. It is a really magical system. And every time, I've certainly found in my experience, every time I contemplate my gene keys and my golden path, something new is revealed. It's really quite fascinating how it works. Okay, so we're going to be exploring a simple exercise that you can do to tune into your body wisdom. So this is a very, very helpful exercise. It's simple. You can do it anywhere at any time. And this is really about tuning into how your body is physically responding to stimulus, to events, to circumstances, to opportunities that are coming your way. So this exercise is based on muscle testing. So there are two elements to this exercise that you're going to be exploring. We're going to be exploring together, actually. So sometimes the mind says this is a yes. The mind is really, really good at that. You check in with your body says, no, this is not for me. So this is an exercise to start to shift your awareness from your mind to the wisdom of your body. Okay. So let's use a simple example of choosing what you can have for breakfast, right? This is a really, really simple, easy way to start to engage with this particular exercise is next in the morning when you're about to choose what you're about to have for breakfast. Ask yourself, in my body, do I feel energized, inspired? Do I feel lighter or more open? Is there a sense of ease and flow in my body when I choose this particular food? That's a signal of a yes, that the body is saying, yes, this is a good choice. The other way to do that is to notice in your physical body if there is a subtle shift forward. It can be very, very subtle. It's also helpful when you start doing this exercise if you close your eyes. Notice if the body shifts just slightly forward. That's an indication of a yes response. Okay. On the opposite side, notice how it feels in your body. If there's a sense of tightness, a sense of resistance, perhaps closed or feeling more heavy, okay, that's an indication of a no. That's the body saying, this is not right for me for right now. Mm-hmm. Also, notice if you close your eyes, if the body shifts just slightly backwards, again, it can be very, very subtle. The body shifts slightly backwards, and that is a no response. Okay, so testing it out first, have a play. It's actually quite fun. Play with this exercise with your food choices, with, whether you want to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, for example. The more familiar you get with this way of checking in with your body wisdom, the more natural it will start to become. And you can start to apply it to all aspects of your life, not just food. So we encourage you to try this out, to have a play, and let us know how you get on. So with today's session, we would like to end with a question for you. Do you know what your calling is? We would love to hear from you, so please do comment below and let us know what your calling is. And if you would like to explore more of these kind of topics in more detail with us, then please do join us at our next community class.